Welcome to I Love English TV.
The Strange Night. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak English Now. I'm Danya. Today, I have a very exciting story for you. It is called The Strange Night. This story is about Sarah, a young woman. She takes the last bus at night. She finds herself in a dark and mysterious place. Many strange things happen to her. Listen carefully. Try to understand the words and sentences. We will also learn some new vocabulary from the story. Are you ready? Let's start. The Strange Night. It was late in the evening, and the streets were almost empty. Sarah stood at the bus stop, holding her bag tightly. This was the last bus home. She checked her phone. No messages, no missed calls. The bus was late. Suddenly, she heard footsteps behind her. She turned around, but no one was there. Her heart started to beat faster. A cold wind blew. The street light above her began to flicker. Then a bus appeared in the distance. Its lights were on, but the bus number was not clear. When the bus stopped, the door opened slowly. The driver did not look at her.
"Is this bus going downtown?" Sarah asked. The driver nodded but did not speak. She hesitated for a moment. Then she stepped onto the bus. Inside, it was silent, too silent. No passengers, no sound. The door closed behind her. The bus started to move. Sarah looked out the window and realized something strange. The bus was not taking the usual road home. Sarah felt nervous, but she tried to stay calm. She walked slowly to a seat and sat near the window. "Maybe I am just tired," she said to herself. The bus moved faster. The street lights disappeared one by one. Outside, everything looked dark and unfamiliar. Sarah stood up and walked to the driver. "Excuse me," she said softly. "This is not the right road."
The driver did not answer. He only pointed forward. Suddenly, the bus stopped. Sarah looked outside.
There were no houses, no shops, only trees and fog.
The door opened again. A man got on the bus. He was tall and wore a long black coat. He sat behind Sarah and said nothing. Sarah felt scared. She could hear her own breathing. "Do you know where this bus is going?" she asked him. The man smiled and said, "It takes you where you need to go." The bus started again. Minutes passed. Then suddenly Sarah saw a familiar sign. It was the sign near her home. The bus slowed down and stopped. The door opened. "Your stop," the driver said for the first time. Sarah jumped off the bus quickly. When she turned around, the bus was gone. No sound, no lights, only silence.
The street was dark, no lights. Nothing could guide her way. She felt scared. She walked slowly to her house. At the door, she started looking for her keys. Suddenly, the keys fell from her hand. She bent down to pick them up. When she looked at the door, it was open. Her heart beat faster. What is happening tonight? Everything is strange, she thought. She wanted to turn on the lights, but there was no electricity. She took her phone from her pocket, but it was dead. No battery. A cold wind blew behind her. She heard a whisper, "Why are you here?" Sarah froze. She wanted to run, but her legs didn't move. Then she saw a shadow moving inside the house. It was fast, too fast. Sarah knew one thing. She was not alone. The night was dark, silent, and full of secrets. Sarah took a deep breath. She tried to calm herself. "Hello? Is anyone there?" she whispered. No answer, only the sound of the wind. Slowly she stepped inside the house. The floor was cold. Her shoes made a soft creak. Suddenly she heard it again,
a footstep upstairs. Sarah froze. I must check, she said to herself. She walked to the stairs. Each step felt heavy. The shadow moved again. At the top of the stairs, she saw a figure. It was tall and dark. Sarah couldn't see its face. Who are you?" she asked, her voice shaking. The figure moved closer. Sarah wanted to run, but her phone was dead, and the lights were still off. Then she remembered something. The bus driver had said, "Fear changes what you see." Sarah took a deep breath. She said loudly, "I am not afraid." The figure stopped. It looked at her, then slowly it disappeared into the shadows. Sarah ran to the living room. The lights suddenly came back on. Her phone showed full battery. Everything was normal. The doors were locked. No one was there. Sarah sat on the sofa. She realized the night had been a test of courage, and she had passed.
Sarah stayed on the sofa for a long time. Her hands were shaking, but she felt proud. She had faced her fear. She looked around the house. Everything was quiet and normal. No shadows, no whispers. Suddenly, she remembered the bus. She thought about the driver, the dark road, and the shadow. It all seemed strange, but she now understood. The night had tested her courage. Sarah decided to never take the last bus alone at night again. She smiled, feeling safe at home. That night she learned something important. Fear is powerful, but courage is stronger. Sarah went to bed. The lights were on. The phone was charged, and for the first time that night she felt peace.